All right, welcome to another episode of the Couch Coaches podcast where we talk about everything going on in sports. And this is a college football only show because there's a lot going on in college football. We got the Heisman finalists announced. We have the brackets are all set. And so we're going to go through and we're going to try to pick the national champion here almost a full month and a half before it actually happens. So we're going to keep notes on this. So I'm just going to go through the games. We'll go around the circle and tell who you think is going to win. Um, First up, Clemson versus Texas. Deacon Hill,
I'm going with the Longhorns.
Brother James,
Longhorns.
Brother Bill.
Longhorns.
All right, we are in full agreement. A little tougher one. Tennessee, Ohio State. Brother Bill, I'm going to start with you.
Ohio State.
Brother James,
You said Ohio State who?
Tennessee.
Who? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Tennessee.
Ooh, all right. Deacon Hill.
I'm going to Ohio State.
Yeah, I think what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be Ohio State, and I think Ohio State's going to play Tennessee the way they should have played Michigan, and everybody's going to go, "Why didn't you do that during against Michigan?" Because I think they did that. It was either 2 years ago or it might have been last year, where they play scared football. They try to play smash mouth, but they're not built that way. And then they go out and just air the ball out and throw it all over the field like the next game, and you're like, "What? What happened the last one?" SMU, Penn State, Deacon Hill.
You know what? I haven't really followed either one of those teams, but I think I'm going to go with. I know I've heard a little bit that there's some controversy going on at SMU, so I'm going to go with Penn State.
Brother James.
Yeah, I ain't following them either, but because of the history of Penn State, I'm gonna go with Penn State.
Yeah, I think James Franklin has to win. Brother Bill.
Penn State, they're built better for this kind of game than SMU.
Yeah, and I think James Franklin for his any kind of self-respect because he doesn't beat anybody big, he has to beat SMU because it's kind of weird that they're not a team that you would expect to be in a situation like this. Indiana, Notre Dame, Brother Bill.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I like the way Indiana has played. However, I think like Penn State, I believe that Notre Dame is built better, especially on defense and the way they can run the ball.
Brother James, Notre Dame and Indiana.
I'm gonna go for Notre Dame.
Deacon Hill.
Yeah, if you guys remember earlier in the season, I thought Notre Dame was dead in the water. I didn't think they was going to be able to survive with their schedule to even get into the playoffs. But they did a great job. The coach, he got them playing, so I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
Yeah, I got to go Notre Dame too, just because they're throwing his name around for pro jobs, and if you can coach like that, you should probably beat Indiana at home.
He may be going to the Niners, huh?
It might be going to the Raiders more like it, but I don't know what you're talking about.
We getting Dion.
Yeah. You guys keep playing the way you've been playing. You guys, that might happen. All right. So then, I gotta try. I should probably. Is there a way to fill this out? I can't. Okay. So then, Notre Dame versus Georgia, Brother Bill.
That could very well be the game of that's the semi. No, that's the second round, the round of 8.
Yeah.
I'm Georgia. Isn't there a question about the Georgia quarterback? Didn't he get hurt?
He looked like he died on the field the other day. I'm pretty sure he's not going to play.
Well, if he doesn't play, then I say Notre Dame. I mean, to put a backup in against that Notre Dame defense, no. So if the starter doesn't play, then Notre Dame.
All right, Brother James.
I'm going Georgia.
All right, Deacon Hill.
I'm going to ride with Georgia also.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. So this is where we're going to get into the thing where the people losing the conference championship are actually in a better road than the people who won the conference championship and have a higher seed because they have an easier road. And this is like the first example of that. Penn State versus Boise State, Deacon Hill.
I'm gonna go with Penn State again. Like I say Boise. I don't think the competition rises up to what the big boys. So I'm going with Penn State.
Brother James, Boise State, Penn State.
Penn State, dog. Penn State.
Brother Bill.
Boise State because they had the bye.
Boy, oh, really?
Oh,
Well, yeah, because Boise State didn't play the first round, right?
Correct. Yeah, yeah.
so you
Yeah.
think because they rested?
Right. So Boise State's coming off a rest, whereas Penn State will have just played the game. So I'm giving Boise State the edge because they'll have more time to prepare for whoever they play, either Penn State or whoever Penn State was playing in the first round.
Yeah, but they're just going to hand the ball off to the running back. I mean, that's their whole game plan. They're like, please, man, please go get a 90-yard touchdown run. All right, this is going to be hard to keep track of as we move on.
Who did you pick?
Penn State. I think that you're going to get Big Ten football playing Mountain West, and they're just going to be like they're a lot bigger and a lot stronger than we are. I think it'll just and I think that their whole thing will be shut down the running back. And what are they gonna, what do they have?
And that's what's going to kill them on the Heisman Trophy thing.
I was gonna say, but Boise State has the Heisman contender, the running back, right?
Yeah. Well,
So
so does Colorado, and they're not even in the playoff.
yeah, and like I said, if I'm the OC for Boise State, I say how are we going to get our best
100%.
player to the ball any way possible? But we'll see. But
100%. I would give it the ball every single time. That dude's
You can get him the ball all you want to, but when he runs into that wall, it don't matter.
yeah.
It's called scheme. Deke, it's called scheme it up so he doesn't have to worry about hitting those linemen.
It's called big fish. It's called big fish in a little pond. He was a big fish in a little pond. Now he's getting out into the ocean.
That's right. That part.
I kind of see that too. All right. So
he out there messing with Jaws now. What's up?
all right. Here's a tough one. Ohio State versus Oregon in Oregon or in LA, whatever.
Ooh.
Deacon Hill, I'll start with you. Ohio State, Oregon.
I'm riding with them Ducks.
Okay. Brother James.
I'm riding with them Ducks, dog. Quack, quack.
Brother Bill.
Ducks because their offense is going to be the difference.
Yeah, man.
I think defenses or Ohio State has better defense, but I mean, to your point, even if Ohio State was to try to spread the ball out like they should have done against Michigan, in a track meet, that plays right into Oregon's hands.
Hey, I got one question for y'all.
Yeah.
What you know about that?
He's very good. He's a very good running back, and he's fantastic on Tecmo Bowl and John Madden football. Unbeatable. That's pretty dope. Did you meet him, or did you just get it signed and sent to you?
That's my nephew's father.
Oh, I was going to ask you if you bought it on eBay. Never mind. Oh. Okay, you answered the question ahead of time. Sorry.
Oh, we need to go to a family reunion. Where are we going? We're hanging out.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Hey, so you think your nephews? You thinking they can get us tickets to the Super Bowl?
No. Let's go. Continue on. Nobody get no tickets.
All right. Texas, and here's another example of the whole, like, they got to figure this whole seeding thing out. Arizona State at Texas. Texas. Yeah, Texas. Does anybody think Arizona State can beat Texas?
No.
All right.
No.
All right. So,
how did Arizona State even make it,
dude? But how are these lower conferences getting a bye? Like, they just automatically they have to. That's the thing they have to do for next year. 100%. You can't be the Mountain West or whatever the Big 12 and get a bye. So you have, looking at Arizona State and Boise State as 3 and 4, when you have these killers above them and these killers below them, it looks silly.
Well, but that was the rules, right? You win your conference championship, you get an automatic, bye in the first round. So they'll likely get exposed. Like I said, when you start playing these power conferences, I'm giving Boise State the nod and the upset. But otherwise, we just see it year in and year out. These smaller conferences go to the deep end, the ocean, as y'all say, and have to deal with Jaws, and we'll see.
All right, so Oregon or this is going to be an amazing game. Oregon and Texas, brother Bill.
This is for the national championship, right?
This is semifinal.
Oh man, that's a semi.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I've been riding. If I was a betting man, I would bet on Texas, but I'm rooting for Oregon.
Okay. You do okay. So just you think Sarkisian will outcoach?
I think if Oregon can get that far, then they'll have enough to get past Texas in a close game.
This is going to be in Texas too. This is the Cotton Bowl.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
I may have to rework that. Wow. So it's a home game for Texas, basically.
Pretty much.
Longhorns,
okay.
home field.
Brother James, Oregon and Texas.
I'm almost going to agree with Bill, but you know what? You know, I always try to be there to be different. So I'm gonna go with Oregon.
All right, Deacon Hill.
I'm still going with the Ducks.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough, man. And I will say, I think it's tough them being in Texas, but God, I really do not trust Sarkisian to outcoach really anybody with kind of similar strength rosters and stuff. I'm gonna go Oregon.
So I'm the only one picking Texas.
Yeah.
Even though they're at home, since they're
You
at home.
only did it because they're playing in Texas, Bill. That is. Ooh.
Home field.
It's
crowd noise against a good Texas defense.
And they do have a very good defense.
It's going to be a bowl game, and both teams are going to have fans there. They're going to travel. Oregon's going to travel. They're going to get as many tickets as Texas fans, and they're going to make a noise.
Just so you know, Oregon fans do travel.
They're going to travel.
Well, and another.
Yeah, they'll be in their corner. They'll be in their corner, but it's going to be a pro-Texas crowd.
But one thing that is big for Oregon this year for the first year is them being in the Big Ten. They've had to travel a lot, and you've seen teams like the Huskies could not handle the travel. Oregon seemed to handle the travel okay, but at least they've done it. Like this isn't going to be like totally out. I mean, they've been up in Wisconsin and stuff. They've been all over the place. So I'm thinking that will help them. At least it's not so completely foreign to them, but that's going to be a heck of a game. All right, so Penn State, and Georgia. Brother Bill, I'll start with you.
Bulldogs.
Okay, so then what if it's Boise State and Georgia? Bulldogs.
Meaning if Boise State beats Penn State?
Okay, yeah, because you had picked Boise State, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm picking Georgia to beat either. Oh, no. Wait, let me back up because I said Georgia with the backup, so I picked Boise State, right?
I know. So your game is Notre Dame versus Boise.
Notre Dame.
Okay. James, Georgia versus Boise, or Georgia versus Penn State. Either one.
That's a good question. I'm gonna still ride with them Bulldogs.
All right. Deacon Hill.
Georgia.
All right. So let's.
Are you writing all this down, Joe?
I'm trying to write.
Bill got him all confused. He was doing good till Bill got to switching and crossing and double back and all that. So everything's messed up now.
It's being recorded. It's okay. You can play it back.
Yeah. I can go back and do like a stenographer.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So what would be wild if we have to watch Georgia Texas again.
What is your pick? Don't be 10. You don't never pick.
Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't see. And so I know it's the backup, but the way college football teams are built, if Archie Manning's coming in for whoever the Texas starter is it going to be that much of a drop off? Probably not. I'm sure Georgia has a similar situation. I think their quarterback was overrated anyways. Carson Beck. I think he's especially this year hasn't shown a ton. Okay, so Georgia versus Texas in the finals. Right. Yeah, Georgia, Texas. Well, Brother Bill, I'm gonna start with you. Georgia or Texas, Texas Notre Dame.
Texas.
Okay. All right. So now to the more realistic options. Brother James,
Oh, dang, that hurt.
Georgia versus Oregon.
Ooh, that's gonna be a great game.
Come on, y'all been quacking all night. Come on, why are you gonna leave them now?
No, that's good. That's gonna be a great game. It's almost hard to decide. It's gonna be very close. It's gonna be a nail biter. But I'm gonna keep it on the West Coast, baby. I'm gonna ride with them Ducks.
The Ducks. Deacon Hill.
I'm diving the Ducks all the way. Did you guys see them uniforms they broke out with a couple weeks ago? Look like the Raiders. Raiders need that. That's
Dude,
silver.
Raiders need if you're saying
Bill,
the
we're
Raiders
not talking to you.
uniform,
Okay?
a uniform will not is not the answer.
Ducks, baby.
Or-
Ducks all the way.
Oregon's team gear is like it's unmatched. It is they have a different jersey every game. It's unreal. Yeah, Oregon, Georgia. So my only apprehension with choosing Oregon is Kirby Smart's a good coach. And Georgia may not be the Georgia that it has been in the past, like roster wise, but we did watch Dan Lanning get outcoached by, and I'm blanking on his name, getting outcoached by the Alabama current coach's head coach. And I just go, is he? And maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's what he needed. It was like the thing that's going to push him over the top. It is at, I don't even know where it is. Do you know where the championship is? It's in Georgia.
No.
It's in Georgia. Of course, it's in Georgia. So it'll be Georgia versus Oregon in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Them Duck fans gonna travel to Georgia. They're going to Georgia.
The way them Georgians cook, man, they're gonna be roasting duck. They're gonna be frying duck. They're gonna be basting it. Come on, man.
And all your picks are gonna be at home.
yeah. I mean, I would love to see Oregon win.
Oregon is undefeated, right?
Yeah. Hang on.
I thought no, they have one loss. I thought, right?
Do they? I thought they were undefeated.
Yeah,
I can't bring it up because I'm on my phone. Actually, yes, I can.
Oregon is undefeated.
Oregon is
Okay, so they're the only undefeated team. Everyone, you got a bunch of 11-1s and some 12 and some 10-2s. Okay.
Yeah. I can't see Kirby Smart getting out coached by anybody other than Saban.
How they gonna do it? Is that thing?
That's it.
I think so. All right. I'm gonna go Georgia over Oregon, even though I would want Oregon to win. Kirby Smart's a good coach, man.
Oh, yeah, that's what's wrong with your shirt you got on.
You mean the 8% chance going to the playoffs shirt?
I guess 8%
is better than nothing. It's better than zero. It's better than 0.
8% is better than 0% at the beginning of the season.
And next
Dylan,
year,
I was trying to get you out of you guys' misery on Sunday. But you're still hanging on by that thread. That
we got hope. We're seeing
there's not. Yeah,
there's a chance.
You guys got the Rams.
Y'all worse than Jesse Jackson.
They got the Rams on Thursday Night Football,
and then Rams gonna tear them up.
It's gonna be a wrap.
That's the same thing you said about Chicago.
After that, what percentage gonna be for the playoffs? Like 2%?
I think it's pretty low after that. If we lose, I think it's we're getting in very small numbers.
If you lose, you're gonna be right there on the. I'll tell you, we're going fishing together. I don't know why y'all.
Man, I'll be at your house.
They don't.
Friday, if we lose, I'll be at your house Friday morning.
Brother James, they don't really believe this. They're just saying it. They don't believe it.
Look, we're gonna cast them lines out.
There's a little hope. There's a little hope. All right. Okay. So now for the real argument discussion. Who is the Heisman Trophy winner? We don't care about anybody except for Travis Hunter, who's been doing the Heisman pose for 6 weeks, and Ashton Genty from Little Boise State, who has. Well, I'm not gonna say. Deacon Hill, who is your Heisman Trophy winner, and why?
Travis Hunter.
Why?
I just seen he just won the lot. What was it? The Outstanding Defensive Player of the Year, the running lot trophy is for the Outstanding Defensive Player. He just won that tonight, and the kid is an all around. He's a scholar. I think he's a straight A student, And I know you was earlier saying that he's not top five in any category, but just imagine if he actually concentrated on one side of the ball, what he would do.
He
He
top.
plays
He,
the entire game, and of course you can't keep your stamina and energy level up that long. So you're going against their number one receiver, and then you're going out and then you're playing receiver. Of course, you're not your stats. You ain't going to be up to par all the time. But if in the NFL they ain't going to play him like that. But I would think if he's concentrated on one side of the ball, and I think his best side, I don't know, he's a pretty good receiver too. But I would put him on defense. He's going to be an outstanding player.
well, his numbers are better on offense than on defense.
Yeah. Well, I
But
mean,
but you can also avoid him. Offenses can avoid him if they're they just don't pass towards him. His numbers not going to be
yeah,
great.
and plus, like I said, he's going against the number one receiver, and he's been on the field all day. This guy been over here resting, drinking Gatorade. Now I got to go chase him around.
Brother James.
Do I need to? I don't even need to respond after what Deke said. Because that's the truth. That he's the truth. He is going both ways, man. And no, he's not top five, but he is worth conversation about his play on both sides of the field.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So just in that aspect, and if you look at it, how it's been going, people who've been winning the Heisman have been quarterbacks and running backs, quarterbacks and running backs. So just like when Woodson, they changed it up, and he finally the first defensive guy to win it. So it's hands down.
So you think not even close?
It's not even close.
All right, Brother Bill.
Yeah, I think in addition to the reasons that Deacon Hill gave earlier in terms of his body work, playing both sides of the ball, when you win Defensive Player of the Year, and the stats that go along with that, passes defensed, the offensive output of the person that he's on. I mean, when the offense is avoiding him because he's that good, coupled with the number of interceptions he had for the year, and then on the flip side, his offensive numbers, that to me says that he can do more than just the running back for Gentry, for Boise State. He's more valuable to his team
For sure.
on both, and more of an impact on both sides of the ball than Gentry is being a running back. Plus, I mean, let's face it. Do we really believe that the Heisman selection is completely objective? No, there's some politics that goes along with that. He's playing at Colorado. Not slight on Boise State, but that's just the reality, right? I mean, there's a natural bias because of the coverage that Colorado's been getting since Coach Prime, became the head coach.
But is that going to be positive or negative?
Well, it's positive this year. It was negative. It was overall team record. It hurts the team, but in terms of every time they're on and he's got a national audience, he's balling. So he's gotten the coverage that Gentry just hasn't throughout the course of the year.
Yeah, I mean the voting is totally biased, and usually I'd say usually. I mean, do you guys see the Heisman as going to like the best? I mean, granted, he's so unique.
I think he is the best.
No. What I'm saying is, like, do you really? I mean, if we look back at Heisman Trophy winners, does it really go to the best player?
Yeah, for most part.
It's usually some weird, the SEC voted for all of this guy, and these guys don't like this person, so they went over here. I could totally see
back in the day,
people not liking Dion and not voting for him because they don't like. I could totally see that.
The year that Christian McCaffrey was came at number 2, and to me, because he was at Stanford and not at a big school, he didn't get the Heisman.
Yeah, that was
who got it that year?
It was somebody from Alabama.
It was the running back for Alabama at the time.
Oh yeah.
Because it was SEC.
No. So you do know the people who vote on the Heisman are all Heisman Trophy winners, right?
No, you have media also. You have
media.
The media as well. Yeah,
sports writers and things like that.
So you trust Johnny Football to make a smart decision?
And then you got to look at the conference too. You're talking about coverage, Bill, but also the conference plays a lot. You got the competition; it plays a lot in the selection also.
Yeah.
You run around here against San Jose State,
Hey, what are you
Nevada, and
What did Chris McCaffrey do against Oregon? Not a dang thing. They shut him
Christian
down.
McCaffrey was like 60% of their offense that year.
Thank you. I mean, I guess my
And
point
he,
is,
and he was still and he still didn't do nothing against Oregon. So
there's a bias
stop riding him right
east
now.
of the Mississippi when it comes to college sports. There is, in part because the competition level is different, but another part is because of the coverage and the marketability.
Is like playing in the NFL.
But that's what makes this even more interesting is neither one of these teams are in that conference. So it's like, so who does the SEC, are they just going to vote for their dude and then it kind of leaves it up to everybody else? Or are they going
to vote for the right dude?
Genty, because he has 1,000 yards more than anybody else.
It doesn't matter.
1,000 yards.
How many touches did he get?
2,000. I don't know, but he has a
okay. So
1,000. That's a whole season worth of football more than number 2. That's an insane.
But he's a running back.
But
they run a ground and pound.
Yeah,
but competition matters, though. I don't care. You can give him competition matters. You can run 1,000 yards more than everybody else, but put him in a bigger, tougher conference and see what he does.
Well, Bill's got him beating Penn State.
What?
So if he beats
Bill is delusional. We're not even Bill's.
Yeah, you've been saying I was delusional last week. You said I was delusional last Sunday picking, the Niners over the Bears. Whatever, man.
The Bears, Bill.
Put my glasses on.
You beat the Bears.
You beat the team. You beat the team that takes the field. That's what you've been saying for years.
The Bears.
Hey.
It's not time to end the podcast yet.
Here comes the excuse. But it's the Bears. The excuses just wow.
You're supposed to beat who you're supposed to beat.
But we also embarrassed them. We beat them differently.
Thank you. We had 4 yards in the first half.
We beat them the way Oklahoma beat Alabama and kept them out of the playoffs.
Bears.
We beat the Bears.
Hey, Joe, just go on to the next question because some people, they're going to find every excuse in the world not to give the Niners credit. That's okay.
That was actually the last question. So
thank you, Bill. Keep track of what we're doing here. You always show up to the party late.
We don't want y'all credit anyway. We just go out and try to win some games. That's all.
Well, hopefully you try.
Bang, bang, Niner game.
Bang, bang, Niner game. Gonna be on the
right.
They shot themselves in the foot.
We got Thursday night, baby. We're going to shut them Rams down.
Hey.
That's it.
All right. So we have Georgia or Oregon winning.
Right.
Winning the title. So fingers crossed that we know what we're talking about. But it would be amazing to see Boise do some upset, and it'd be insane if Arizona State won something. But I see them just getting completely.
You can't be using them things on this podcast. It's the law.
What things?
What things? What are you talking about?
What drugs are we talking about?
You can't be smoking that stuff and get on this podcast.
What are you smoking stuff? Arizona State's going to win the title.
Yeah, that part.
All right, guys. Thank you guys very much. And happy football weekend starts early for us Thursday night. We're going to get this going, and we will see you guys next week.
Go Rams.
Go Niners.